Have you ever mixed two materials that have nothing to do with each other? One type is used for polishing, while the other is mainly used as construction material. But what will happen if I combine these two ingredients? Today, I'm going to share with you a surprise about it, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing. You can find Varnish in hardware stores, paint shops, or large supermarkets that sell DIY materials. It is also available in construction supply stores and online marketplaces. Now, let's move on to mixing the ingredients together. The most important factor in this experiment is the ratio of the mixture. If the ratio is not balanced, the reaction or the final result may not turn out as expected. I will prepare 100 milliliters of varnish. Now let's move on to the second ingredient, cement. I will add 1 spoon of regular cement here, or you can also replace it with white cement if available, because white cement can create a smoother and lighter mixture, giving a cleaner look compared to regular cement. It also blends more evenly with varnish, making the final result more refined. Now I'm going to prepare a simple stirring tool so that I can save both time and energy during the mixing process. Instead of using a stick or stirring by hand, this tool will help blend the varnish and cement more evenly and much faster. Next, measure 50 milliliters of PVA glue and pour it into the varnish mixture. Make sure to stir the mixture thoroughly so that the PVA glue blends completely with the varnish and cement. After stirring, I will add a few drops of red paint to give the mixture a nicer color and make it look more appealing. After stirring it well, it turns into a paint-like mixture that works as a protective coating for surfaces. It not only adds color, but also helps shield the material underneath from wear, moisture, and other external factors. Let's take it for testing. Here is a concrete surface that I've chosen to test a homemade paint on. It's a surface with many stains and signs of wear over time. I will apply this paint onto the surface to see how effective it is in covering and protecting it. I will pour the paint mixture onto the concrete surface and then use a roller to spread it out evenly. By rolling it back and forth, the paint will penetrate into the tiny pores and cover all the rough areas, creating a smooth and consistent layer. This method also helps save paint while ensuring that the coating sticks well to the surface, giving a cleaner and more polished look. I will roll over the surface 2 or 3 more times to make sure the paint spreads evenly across every spot. By layering it this way, the coating becomes thicker, more consistent, and better at covering up stains and worn-out areas. This also improves its durability and ensures that the protective layer adheres firmly to the concrete. Now I'll leave it here and wait for it to dry. Allowing enough drying time is important, so the coating can set properly, harden, and form a strong protective layer on the surface. After it has dried, the surface becomes smooth and well coated. The paint forms a protective layer that enhances the appearance, covers stains, and helps shield the concrete from wear, moisture, and other damage. The color looks very bright and vibrant, giving the surface a fresh and attractive appearance. It really enhances the overall look. There are no signs of peeling or flaking. The coating adheres firmly to the surface. This shows that the mixture is bonded well, creating a durable and long-lasting protective layer. When water is poured onto the surface, it beads up and rolls off easily instead of soaking in. If it's left uncoated, moss and algae are likely to appear over time, just like on the surrounding areas. The protective layer helps prevent this by keeping moisture out and reducing conditions that promote growth. Next, let's move on to the second method using varnish. In this approach, we'll explore how varnish mixture can protect and enhance a surface. First, I'm going to carefully measure out 100 milliliters of varnish and pour into a plastic cup. This will be the base of our mixture, so making sure the amount is accurate is very important. Next, I will add cement into the cup. This is where things start to get interesting, because cement is usually used in construction, not in combination with varnish. By mixing the two, we're about to create something quite unexpected. Now, I'm going to stir them together thoroughly. This step is important because it helps the varnish and cement blend evenly, allowing us to clearly see what kind of reaction or change will happen when these two very different materials are combined. It looks like the mixture is still a bit too runny. Now I'm going to add some more to the mixture, making it thicker and more balanced, so we can achieve the texture we're aiming for. It looks much better now, so I'm going to take it for a test and see how well this mixture actually works. Here we have a section of the sidewalk where the concrete is cracked and the surface looks a bit rough and worn out. This will be the perfect spot to test our mixture and see how it performs in real conditions. Now, I'll start applying the mixture onto the cracked surface. Next, I'll use a trowel to spread the mixture evenly across the surface. This helps press it firmly into the cracks and ensures a smooth, consistent layer that blends well with the surrounding concrete. The goal is to see if this blend can smooth out the surface and create a cleaner, stronger finish. After spreading the mixture out, the cracked surface looks much smoother and more even. The rough edges are filled in, and the layer of the mixture creates a fresh, uniform finish that makes the sidewalk look significantly improved compared to before. While waiting for it to dry, I'm going to show you another interesting use of varnish that you might not expect. This little trick will also make use of silicone glue, a material that's often used for sealing and waterproofing. When combined with varnish in the right way, It can create a surprisingly useful effect that goes beyond their usual purposes. Add a small amount of silicone glue into the cup to get it ready for the next step. Next, I'll pour a little gasoline into the cup along with the silicone glue. This will help soften and dissolve the silicone, turning it into a more flexible mixture that we can use in a creative way. But if I stir it by hand, it's going to take quite a long time. So I'm going to make a simple tool that will help me do the mixing more quickly and efficiently. Take a washer and a screw. Place the washer onto the groove at the top of the screw and secure it tightly in place. This will create a small spinning attachment that we can use as a makeshift mixer. I'll secure it using super glue and baking soda. This combination hardens very quickly and creates a strong bond, ensuring that the washer stays firmly attached to the screw. After finishing the tool, now I'm going to start using it to mix a solution and see how well it works in practice. Next, I'll add some varnish into the mixture. This will change its texture and properties, making it more versatile and giving us a chance to test out a completely new application. Here we have a piece of wood with a rough, unfinished surface. It hasn't been coated with anything yet, so the texture feels coarse to the touch and the natural grain is exposed without any protection or shine. Now, I'll take the mixture we just made and apply it onto the wooden surface. As I spread it evenly across the rough texture, the wood begins to absorb the coating, creating a smoother layer on top while also highlighting the natural grain underneath. Next, I'll move on to the fibro cement tile. Its surface is slightly rough and porous, which makes it a good test material to see how well our mixture adheres, and whether it can create a smoother, more durable finish on construction surfaces. Next, I'll test it on a piece of cardboard. Since cardboard is lightweight and absorbent, it will show us how the mixture behaves on softer, more fragile surfaces compared to wood or cement. After finishing the coating, I'll leave everything here and let it sit for about 2 hours to dry and fully set before checking the results. After 2 hours, the mixture has had enough time to dry and settle, so now we can check the surfaces. The surface of the wood now looks much smoother and shinier compared to before. The mixture is filled in the tiny pores and rough spots, creating a thin protective layer that not only enhances a natural grain, but also makes the wood more resistant to moisture and dirt. In addition, it provides a waterproof effect, helping protect the wood from absorbing water and extending its lifespan when exposed to humid conditions. Moving on to fibro cement tile. The mixture has formed a thin, solid layer on the surface. It smooths out the rough texture and gives the tile a slightly glossy finish. More importantly, it adds protective, water-resistant coating, which helps prevent the tile from absorbing moisture, reducing the chances of cracking or weather damage over time. Next is a cardboard piece. After drying, the surface feels firmer and less fragile. The mixture has created a thin coating that not only smooths it out, but also gives it a layer of water resistance, helping protect the cardboard from softening or warping when exposed to moisture. In conclusion, by combining these unusual materials, we've created a mixture that works surprisingly well as a protective coating. Whether on wood, fibro cement, or even cardboard, it smooths the surface, adds shine, and most importantly provides water resistance. Now, let's go back to the sidewalk after one full day. The mixture has hardened well, creating a protective layer that not only improves the appearance, but also helps strengthen the surface against further wear and moisture.